Well, the restaurant itself is very simple for such an important restaurant.
Yes, it is, absolutely. But that's actually the idea of the restaurant, is a modern interpretation of fine dining restaurants. So Monsieur Ducasse always look forward and not back. And if you look at the three main restaurants, obviously Monte Carlo, the Plaza Athénée, and here in London, you have three different restaurants created in three different generations with three different visions. The Monte Carlo, very, very classical, opened in 1997. Plaza Athénée, classical yet more contemporary, opened in 2000. And here in London, a very dynamic, energetic city, we wanted to do something bigger, more vibrant, more modern, a new approach to fine dining. And that's really the spirit of the restaurant we want to bring here.
How would you describe Alain Ducasse restaurant here?
I think it's for me it's a contemporary French gastronomic restaurant, and I think it's the service as well, the friendly service, the approach of Nicolas, our director, is very keen with his team member, the sommelier, and I think it's really the London spirit over there of a French restaurant. I was impressed by the open mind in London, really about everything. And for me, that's really a different thing. We don't have that kind of spirit in Paris.
The accent is on the food, but it's about the whole experience. We truly believe, and Monsieur Ducasse really supports this, is that every small detail is important to create this unique experience. It is an experience. It is not only a plate, it is not only a wine, it is a global experience. And at this level, that's really what we're looking for, is to deliver the ultimate experience. Every little detail counts.
That's an example of something you need to organize a long time in advance. This sherry will be used in 1 year in the hotel.
1 year?
1 year, because we need to prep them. We're gonna marinate them with vinegar and sugar.
Yeah.
It's my grandmother recipe.
Yeah.
And I will use them for pickles.
So this is for next year?
Next year, the game season.
Right.
That's really important too. But at least to learn and to teach to the guys how to respect that.
Sure.
I think when you get that kind of produce, it's difficult to come back on a way that you have to work with a live langoustine, for example. It will be hard for me if one day I need to come back on the langoustine, pack in ice and everything, because the quality is totally different.
Sure. With Jocelyn, we really work hand on hands as well, and we spend a lot of time together. He's the hands, we are the eyes. I understand what the customer like, I can see the reaction, I know my customers, therefore we really share a lot to create the menus. And then what would happen is once we have written this menu and we're happy with it, then Monsieur Ducasse would come, he comes about every 3 to 4 weeks, and then we would test the menu with him, and again go through the whole process, explain all the dishes, explain everything we've been doing and why as well. And then Monsieur Ducasse would test it as well. We always test with the head sommelier, Vincent, Jocelyn, myself and Monsieur Ducasse. And we just test and make sure everything is perfect, and then, well, hopefully it comes on your plate.
We start with a nice concassé of tomato. We got 7 different kind of tomato, and we work on the spirit of tomato. So it's seasoned with just a little bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, and a little bit of Xérès vinegar. There's a mix of pineapple, tomato, noir de Crimée, olivette tomato, cherry yellow, cherry red, green zebra, the flower, the thym. The dish, we need to have nice color everywhere. So we're doing like a mix of red, yellow, orange. After we got some nice raw vegetables to give some fresh crunchiness. It's really a spirit you see in the cuisine of Mr. Ducasse. To work on the vegetable, but to make sure that you got some fresh cooked and raw vegetables.
What would this appear on the menu as?
As a heritage tomato.
Heritage tomato.
So just basil with olive oil. You have seen earlier on, and that's the dish.
Beautiful.
It is a teamwork. We are 50 staff working together every day, hand on hand, and it's like a chain. Any link you remove, the chain falls, and it is very, very important.
In the team, pastry and kitchen, we are 20. There are 5 in the pastry, including the baker who's doing the bread before each service. I've got 3 junior sous chefs. We got 2 chefs de partie, and we got 6 commis and 2 demi-chefs de partie.
Well, it's a very discreet restaurant because you have some nice little corners tucked away.
Yes, we do, absolutely. The restaurant, we are very lucky to have a very big dining room, which is also very flexible. We are able in a restaurant to accommodate from a table of 1 to a table of 30, which again at our level is something quite unusual.
And of course, you have this sparkling.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's a unique piece. I think that's Monsieur Ducasse always said this is for him the best table in the world, the best setup. The MS China, the cutlery from Puy-Forcat, all the glassware from Saint Louis. I mean, it's just unique.
Tell me about the table decorations because these are very unusual.
Yes, absolutely they are. And again, it's something unique made for the restaurant by Jean-Paul Gourdon, based in the southwest of France, a small artist that Monsieur Ducasse discovered. And then he made all our centerpiece for the table. We wanted something classic but yet modern as well, and I think this is a perfect interpretation and really reflect the spirit of the restaurant.
My job is to follow the food. This is the basic. So everyone that comes into the wine list, there's a reason for it. It's got to work with the food. I think that's the basic of the philosophy behind the wine list.
And it's a very good selection by the glass as well.
To me, it's very, very important. I think when you open a wine list, when you look at the wine by the glass, that should actually tell you a lot about what's going to happen into the wine list. So that's why I always put a lot of effort on those wine by the glass. Also, we do a lot of work on the tasting menu, a lot of wine pairings. So I think to play with the quality of the food that Monsieur Ducasse is serving us, we do need to have some very high quality wine to be served by the glass. So I always put a lot of effort on make sure that all the wine by the glass are good and also interesting, so we can take customers through a journey. There's a lot of French wine by the glass, but there's also again a few things from outside of Europe and also a few things from the New World.
I think a restaurant is a meal, but also our job is to create a relationship with the customer. And I have people coming here that I know for 10 years, that I've been serving in London since I'm here, and they come here and we know them really, really well, we know the family, we know the kids, and that's unique because, you sit in a restaurant, you can have a good food, but also, everyone, you create something special. And this, I truly believe, is the job of the front of house as well,
Sure.
They shouldn't be only guests, they should be friends.
Sure.
And the day they want to eat something, where should we go? Oh, we'll see our friends at Alain Ducasse. And that's really what we're trying to do, and